your host, Saeed. Welcome to the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where we deal with the issues that is facing us right here in our country. So viewers, before we go any further, you know, every night I always encourage you to look at your fixed deposit savings in the bank. Find out if you are getting 4%. Find out if you are getting the interest up front. And if not, contact Real Talk viewers. Remember, we have a credit union, we have fixed deposit, we have savings, we have buying shares, viewers. Contact our office. Numbers are on screen, viewers. Come on down. We are at number 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shoguners. And very soon we're going to be on Tipero Street in San Fernando. Very soon, viewers. So if you're looking for the best and the right opportunity to grow your finance, contact us today. 4% on a fixed deposit. Good thing about this fixed deposit is that you're getting your interest up front. Remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. Interest up front. I'm also a spiritual consultant. Those of you having problems, you can feel free to contact me. Same office numbers. You can also contact me at 339-1670. Now, Attorney General Regional Amo intends to present to Parliament or go to Parliament with a list of fees paid to attorneys who worked for the state and will be paid a total of 120 million. But he will consult with them before making the names public. The Attorney General and Legal Affairs allocated 124,300,000. UNC MP Saddam Hussein noted that the ministry use of its supplementary funds would include paying $30 million to local attorneys and $90 million to foreign attorneys, and sought a list from the attorneys and their fees. Now, Amos said it was the ministry practice to provide details to Parliament in large terms and state that he is prepared to offer in writing a breakdown of fees, but not to name the attorney to whom they are being paid. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, this is something I started Tuesday night. We didn't get time to finish, but tonight we are going to finish it. We are going to have a discussion, and it entails $124 million that is being paid to attorneys that Amo don't want to mention their name because of why. Listen to this video.
Madam Chair, it has been the practice of this ministry, even before I was privileged to assume office, to provide details to this Honorable House in large terms, whilst respecting the privacy of individuals who offer their services to the Office of the Attorney General. I am prepared to offer to this House in writing a breakdown of fees, but not to name the attorneys to whom those fees are being paid.
Now, $124,300,000 of tax-paying dollars, Amo wants to pay attorneys that work for the states. According to Saddam, $30 million will go to local attorneys and $90 million to foreign attorneys. Now, Amo does not want to name the names of these attorneys. How are we sure that it's only attorneys going to get this money? How are we sure that this money is not going for friends and families? How are we sure that this money is not going to financiers? How are we sure? What proof do we have? Amo just come out and say, you know what? We have some attorneys to pay. It is coming up to $124 million. We need to pay them, but we're not going to publish the names. Why? Bubble, racket, which one it is? I don't know, I'm asking. Because the amount of racket taking place right now, the amount of companies owing, the amount of businessmen owing, the amount of people in high society owing right now, and it's racket and racket and racket and racket. Money missing, no accountability. Now Amor wants to give away $124,300,000 to attorneys that he do not want to mention their name. Is this a racket? Is this a bubble? What is this? So because the Attorney General say, you know what, we have some attorneys to pay, we should just take up taxpayers' money and give them just so? Should we do that? We don't have proper school, we don't have proper roads, we don't have proper communication, we don't have proper lighting, street lights. Why are you making Trinidad and Tobago go on to the dogs? According to Colin, but now we don't have money to buy CDAP in the hospital. But Amor do not want to name the names of these attorneys that is going to collect $124,300,000. Amor added that he will consult with those attorneys before giving the gross sum of those attorneys who wish to have their names. Now listen to this. Listen to this.
When I say I will give a breakdown, I will do it in writing, but I will not disclose the names of attorneys. I went on to say that I wish to respect their privacy. In the breakdown, which I will give to this Parliament, I will take the opportunity to consult with those attorneys who wish to waive their right to privacy, and if they wish me to give their names, I will. But I am not making an unequivocal commitment at this stage to give a breakdown of every attorney. I will give the gross sum, and those attorneys who wish to have their names pilloried in this august chamber by the opposition can do so.
No, Amor, it don't operate like that. Not because you are the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago, you could belch out from your lips what the hell you want. It don't operate like that. It do not operate like that. This is taxpayers' money. This is not money coming from your pocket. These attorneys and them work for Trinidad and Tobago. Is Trinidad and Tobago have to pay them? No problem. Where is Trinidad and Tobago getting money from? Amor, can you answer that? Where is Trinidad and Tobago getting the money from? Trinidad and Tobago is getting this money from taxpayers contributing. So don't go in the Parliament and say, you know what, their names cannot be called. You start bad already. You start bad already, because that to me is extorting the state. That to me is extorting the state. Well, you know, dog walk, and we don't want to disclose how much dog work for. And you know, cat work, but you don't want to disclose how much cats work for. You know, it have attorney work for $100,000, or he work for $1 million, but we cannot disclose the name. Who the hell work for $1 million and we can't disclose the name? Is that another Colin Imbert stunt? I don't know, I'm asking you. Because as long as taxpayers have to pay for a service, we must know the name, we must know the person, we must know their background, we must know what work they do, and we must know how much money they're getting. Is this another scheme that where the... How to say this, boy? How to say this? Now, according to Ms. Ramdas, Auditor General, when she did her checks and balance, there were money spent and there was no paper trail for it. There was no contract. There was no award. There was no nothing but money spent. Is this another racket like that? I want to ask the Attorney General on national television, is this another racket like that? You want to give attorneys money, but we can't know who's the attorney? What about if they put the Prime Minister's name now to collect $2 million? What did the Prime Minister do? I cannot believe that that the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago is saying such a thing when transparency and accountability supposed to come from, if no other person, but from the Attorney General. And this is really madness. This is total madness. This is lack of accountability. This is like taking up $10 million and you take up $10 million from the treasury and you do so. And Trinidad and Tobago and the way it gone. So Amo, you're coming with nonsense. You're coming with tata. And if you are attorney, and if you are the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago, the first thing you should start with is transparency and accountability. And anytime you ain't going down that road, believe me, probably something you cooking up your sleeve. Because they could have friends and family getting money. They could have uncles and nephews and cousins getting money. You better not go down that road, you know. Because you're going to be the only attorney in Trinidad and Tobago going to get stink up in the public domain and right around the world. You see how Colin member batting increase now? You see how we batting? But the sad thing about it now, Colin chooses who he wanted to do investigation. It's sad, you know. It's really sad that people in high places could do what they want. But one thing I'm going to tell you, God don't sleep. God don't sleep. And people like Saieed who know how to like light, trust me, what's in the dark will come to the light. Because all yourself, all your mouth will open a platform and all you go say things that all you won't even know how it come out of your mouth. Trust me. This year, like I told you all before, this year is not about like last year, you know. This year is a demanding year. It's a demanding year. Now, Amos said it will include a bill of $6 million, which the state had to pay for the Ravi Balgobin litigation, and include a $14.6 million paid for COVID litigation against the state. Listen.
My explanation of the details in writing will give context. The context with reference to the 2015 to the 2024 period will contextualize the 2010 to 2015 period under the United National Congress, when $99 million was spent every year on legal fees. I will then give the context for the period 2015 to 2014 to show that in this current period, $113 million a year is being spent, so it's not a significant difference. I will then, in the details I wish to give, demonstrate that $164 million was paid between the period 2022 to 2015 to 2022 as monies that we inherited and owed. It includes both, and among those which it includes, you will, for instance, be getting in the details that I'm going to give to the member, a bill for $6 million, which the state has had to pay for the Ravi Balgobin litigation that has been commenced against the state and earned by well-known practitioners who represent that gentleman. It will also include the sum of $14,620,340, which has been paid for COVID litigation against the state by the Attorney General.
So he just wants to fork out money and just pay attorneys. Who is the attorneys? Let me tell you something. Nothing wrong with paying, you know. Nothing wrong with it. But Saieed could come up here and say, well, you know, John Doe get $2 million. Who is John Doe? How did John Doe get $2 million? What did John Doe do for $2 million? John Doe is an attorney. Okay, we understand John Doe is an attorney. But who is John Doe? Who is John Doe? So you better come clean. Because that is $124 million going to attorneys. And according to Klangenbert, we have to cut our belly. We have to cut our pocket. We have to cut our pants pocket. We have to cut our spending to save money for CDAP. On a query about the list which will be given, the AG said his answer intends to provide details respecting the public interest of the disclosure, but equally respecting the rights of individuals to privacy. So you will tell me John Doe work for the state and we don't know who the hell is John Doe and what John Doe did for the state and how much money John Doe collect for the states? Trinidad and Tobago, is this another racket brewing? Is this another scheme building up? I don't know why I'm asking. I am not accusing the Attorney General, but I am asking him in the context he wants to bring it across. 124 million have to pay to attorneys, but I'm not giving you a name. Wait. You not giving me a name? No, we're not giving you a name. What does this attorney do? He represents the state. How much he would pay? We don't know. So don't be a clown, now, man. Don't be a clown. Don't throw words outside that would cause the public to think is that this is another scheme by the PNM government. Oh God, Attorney General, I doubt you're in a high position like that and you want them words flinging at you. I doubt you want the country to throw these words at you as the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. What you want to be called, a schemer? What you want to be called, an extortionist for the state? What do you want to be called? I don't know. Or do you want to have a proper name as the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago, known as Regional Arm? What do you want? Do you want a proper name or a name with a scheme to the beginning or the ending? Come clean. Come clean. Come clean, because right now, Trinidad and Tobago is watching Colin Imbert like a hawk. You know why? Because according to the Auditor General Office, $3.something million gone missing. And Colin Imbert now come to tell Trinidad and Tobago money to allocate to get CDAP. We might have to pay for CDAP at the hospital. No free health care again. Really? After $3 million gone missing, $3 billion gone missing, that's when you come to tell the state? Tell us something. Klangenberg lucky, not in Russia. Klangenberg lucky, he not in China. Klangenberg lucky, he not in Australia and in Italy. Because to help my God, he'd had to leave everything and run. He lucky he not in this country where they kill the Prime Minister again. Nigeria? Haiti? Klangenberg lucky he not in Haiti. Alright, so help my God, he would have had to leave family, house, car, land, everything and fly out. I am not asking you, I am telling you. About 2 weeks ago, some politician in Japan and China, they jailed them. Conspiracy to extort, they jailed them. It was in international news. I doubt the Attorney General want to pick up that name, and especially if a man like me calling him like that. I doubt that very much. If the AG feel like Freddy, he lie, you know. He's an attorney. He just became the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. Other than that, he's a man just like myself. He know about money, I know about money. He know about business, I know about business. He know about law, I have a top-class lawyer to defend me. And that's it. You know judges? Well, I want to talk concerning that department. Because everybody do that. How we just call it, Navin? Do you see me, Dimmy? You play mad wrong. You see Klangenberg tried to play mad? Not Klangenberg. Bilal Singh? You see Terry tried to play mad? Where you end up? You're going to make a mistake again. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to Hines and we want to hear what Hines have to say concerning surveillance equipment in Trinidad and Tobago, concerning crime, concerning guns, concerning narcotics. After this.
Become a member of of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 4% on a fixed deposit with your interest payment up front. So you don't have to wait 5 years and 6 years and 2 years for your interest payment. You're getting it up front. Remember, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is doing this just for you with benefit. You see the hard time coming now? You don't want to wait 10 years to get interest. You want it now because you need extra money now. And the money you have in the bank, sit down and doing nothing, bring it over to Real Talk and get high interest and upfront payment. Now, people say, Saieed, how are you so successful so fast? How come you start off as a TV host and then you're into financing? Now you're a licensed money lender. Now all you have a Real Talk Credit Union running. How are you so successful? Number one, I don't deal guns. I don't deal marijuana. I don't deal cocaine. I don't deal in prostitution. I don't deal in stolen vehicles. Anything in a closet hiding, that is not Saieed. What I do is that God has blessed me to be a spiritual consultant in Trinidad and Tobago. And I do spiritual work. On top of that now, God bless me. Bless me, local, regional, and international. When I need something, I pray to God, light, and God is sending correct people to get what I need. And in return, we just give a lot of charities, a lot of hampers. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And I just tell anybody, any bandit in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm not afraid to say as a licensed money lender. I'm not afraid to say as a businessman because bandit go come knocking on my door. Trust me, all come knocking on my door, all gonna be like, for the rest of all your life. That I could guarantee you. I didn't make the moon and the stars and put it in the sky. So I can't promise to bring down the moon and stars. What I could promise you is that if you cross the line with me, You'll be sitting on a chair. Don't even know what color in front of you. That I could promise you. That I could promise you. That is why when I ask for something to be done in Trinidad and Tobago, that is getting done. So let me listen to this. This man only ham out, this Rasta man. 2,500 new surveillance cameras have been operationalized across Trinidad and Tobago, according to National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines. Hines stated that government will continue to provide opportunities and resources for the continuous upscaling of the police service. Let's listen to this.
The government will continue to provide opportunities and resources for the constant and continuous upskilling and modernization of the police service. This, in addition to the resources that we provide, will continue. For example, we recently operationalized almost 2,500 cameras across Trinidad and Tobago. These are deployed in addition to the approximately 1,749 that are already on the grid.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the minister said the initiative is part of a strategy mandated by the National Security Council, which includes the procurement of another 2,500 cameras to be added to the existing platform. So here's what I want to ask the Minister of National Security. These cameras that you have operationalized, is it the one that you all recently got access to in Arima? Recently, the city of Arima, I think the business organization came together and they set up, I believe it's about 1,200 cameras throughout Tunapuna. And they recently, not too long ago, about a week or two, give TTPS access to their servers, to the cameras, to the server rooms. TTPS recently got access to it. So there is this camera that Fitzgerald Hines is talking about. Is it these cameras he got access to, or is it 2,500 cameras that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service put up? You see how it does come on platform and start to brag? But if I ain't here to educate, tell you, how will you go know? He said, Cabinet has long approved and have contracted with Dane shipbuilders to return 12 Dane vessels to full service, and added that a first vessel was expected to be back in waters in September. The other will return back to full service by 2025. Listen to the PM, the Minister of National Security.
Further, the National Security Council has mandated that we procure another 2,500 to add to the existing grid and platform. Obviously, these cameras are a powerful tool in your fight against crime. By further support for the police, we have moved to strengthen our border security and control. In this regard, some time ago, the Cabinet has approved and we have contracted with the Damen shipbuilders to return our 12 Damen vessels into full service. The contract is being performed as we speak, and the first vessel, recertified, refurbished, is expected to be back in the water in September 2024. The others will return intermittently as they are refurbished, and are all expected to be in full service in 2025.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, don't be fooled with words coming out of Hines' mouth and the reality that we are living in. I want you to understand that. Don't be muffled or dazzled by the sweet words that is coming out of Hines' mouth for 2025 when we are in a crisis with the escalation of crime in Trinidad and Tobago presently, to date, as of tomorrow, as of today, as of yesterday. Don't be muzzled. Now, he said, this will enhance police mobility, patrol, and presence in communities, and added that the TTPS also expect to recruit 1,000 new police officers in 2024. Listen to Hines.
To enhance police mobility, patrols, and presence in our communities, we have been making more and more vehicles available to the police service. The latest being 50 spanking brand new ones, delivered as we speak. And of course, as I alluded to earlier, the government mandated to the police service through its commissioner the recruitment of 1,000 new officers to boost the manpower requirement of the police service, enhancing its ability to respond to crime and criminality.
National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines is concerned about the reputation damage and negative influence that may arise from the recent trend of international YouTubers highlighting gang culture in this country. He made a comment during a media conference yesterday, a day after Canadian vlogger Christopher Christmas, huge, secure $100,000 bail on sedition charge. Asked whether he was concerned about what? The content Huge and other international vloggers were sharing on social media was doing to this country image. Hines stated that he is concerned when people act in a way to determine to the reputation of our nation. Now, let's have a little discussion. He is concerned about the reputation of vloggers and the contents they release from Trinidad and Tobago onto the social media platform. Now I'm going to tell you something. In Trinidad and Tobago, what Christmas list released. This was going on before he came to Trinidad and Tobago. Hines did not say anything about it because long before the Canadian vlogger came to Trinidad, there were gangs videotaping themselves, high-powered rifle. How come the Minister of National Security never said anything about it? You know what they are embarrassed of? They are embarrassed of a foreigner came to Trinidad and highlight the guns and the gangs in Trinidad and Tobago and put the Minister of National Security, put the head of the Security Council, and put TTPS and the Commissioner Office at shame. Total shame. Total stinkness. That is what they were offended by. That is what they were offended by. And they had to do something with Christopher. They had to look for him. They had to charge him. You know why? What he released is what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. And it gives TTPS a stink dirty name. From right up to the commissioner, straight down to the SRP. And they couldn't handle it. They could not handle it. So some big boy gave an order, lock up the man, charge him. But the thing is, when the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Pete Rowley, who is also the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, when he went in the parliament and said, let's take it outside on the pavement and we go deal with it. Where was the police? Where was Hines? Where was the Commissioner of Police? Nowhere to be found. But the reality of Trinidad and Tobago being filmed and put out there on social media platform, they have a problem with that. So I want to ask the Minister of National Security, who is protecting the gang? Who is really protecting the gangs? Because long before Christmas list came to Trinidad, a Canadian blogger, long before he filmed it and put it on social media platform, it was already existing there. What does Heinz have to say? Take your right foot and shove it in your mouth. I'm telling you that. You're just embarrassed of a foreigner coming to Trinidad and Tobago and highlighting the truth. That is what you are embarrassed about. And TDPS is embarrassed about that. The Prime Minister came out and told us, we, as the citizens, we need to fight crime. How the hell we need to fight crime when Fitzgerald Hines getting a big salary with all sorts of discount and all sorts of package to come up with ideas to keep Trinidad and Tobago safe? Where he's a dunce head? Do we have a strainer for the Minister of National Security? Do we have a dry leaf as the Minister of National Security? Do we have a dead tree that cannot produce not even a sperm to drop a fresh tree to the side as the Minister of National Security? No, he's a dunce head. It is not my job to secure Trinidad and Tobago. But all of a sudden, you concerned about the reputation of Trinidad and Tobago? What an embarrassment to Trinidad and Tobago. I would say, being a businessman in this country, being a businessman, being the president of a financial institution, what we call a credit union, it is an embarrassing thing to say, for me to say, that Fitzgerald Hines is the Minister of National Security. A dry tree could have done better. You know why I say could have done better? From a dry tree? We could have taken the dry tree and when you're feeling cold, we could have lighted it up and we would have bring heat to our body. It's sad, eh? But it's the truth. That to have a man collecting a lump sum of money every 30 days, who is called Fitzgerald Hines, who is the President, Minister of National Security, telling Saieed and the nation that it is not my job to keep all this safe. Who the hell damn job it is? Who job it is? But one thing I could tell all you. One thing I could tell all you. When the FBI's Saieed, control yourself, Saieed. I will say it anyway. When the FBI starts investigating, I hope Allah could cover all your tracks. I ain't saying Allah do anything wrong, you know. I ain't saying that. But I hope Allah could cover all your tracks. Because arresting a foreigner for filming and throwing it out on the internet, I never know they had a law against that. While we locals down here doing it and throwing it out, they want to charge a foreigner for videotaping them and throwing it out. I wonder how the magistrate feeling. Is the magistrate embarrassed by the acts of these police officers? When the magistrate themselves, if they go on social media platform, they're seeing gangs videotaping themselves with high-powered rifles. I wonder how they feeling. How they feeling. One thing I could tell all you tonight, without apologizing for it, is TTPS is being monitored. Trust me, TTPS is being monitored. Question. Now, Hines, he also gave an example where TNT earned itself an international reputation of being a major exporter of foreign terrorist fighters during the heydays of ISIS. Listen to this.
So I am concerned when people act in ways or do anything or say anything to the detriment of the reputation of the nation. And as a minister of government, I know what that means in a direct way because I interface with some of our international partners. For example, Trinidad and Tobago earned itself an international reputation as being a major exporter of foreign terrorist fighters during the time and the heyday of ISIS. That's a reputation that we earned. And it went and continues to go a very long way. It affects every one of you in very direct ways. So, the answer to your question is yes, I'm very concerned.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. Question. If such content by the YouTuber was tantamount to sedition, Hines replied that it is a matter for the DPP and the police, as it is a matter above his pay grade. What an embarrassment. Listen.
That's a matter for the DPP and the police. While I'm a lawyer by profession, I am here as a minister of government, and that is above my own pay grade. In addition to that, the matter is sub judice, and I want to know, why would you invite me to act irresponsibly and comment upon that matter? Would you answer that?
Just like Dr. Rowley, ducking for my question. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program as usual, man. You're firing, man. Today is Fire Friday. Anyway, Mr. Said, I wonder if there's any charge to charge Hines and these politicians for telling lies. Everything come out of Hines' mouth is a lie. Look at the charge that Canadian citizen who trying to highlight what is happening in this world to make this country a better place, right? For those things that he are highlighting to better this country, and they charge this man. Well, you know what is sad about it? That man is going to get millions of dollars from this country, and the taxpayer, the hard-working citizen of this country will have to pay for that. Anyway, Rohan Sinanan and Batson got an award from Rohan Sinanan. He got an award for all the wrongdoings that he committed. And you know what Rohan Sinanan is explaining? Why the demerit point system is for a deterrent for drivers who are driving on the highway reckless. This man is a real idiot, boy. Citizens of this country only wake up and understand who we're dealing with, you know. All you have to do this lawlessness, to address this lawlessness, is put on marked vehicles on the highway, have marked vehicles at strategic points on the highway, and when you see them driving reckless on the highway, you stop them, and that will be the greatest deterrent. Not the merit point system, but I want to tell the country, Rohan Sinanan, what positive effect it had on the lawlessness in this highway or traffic by traffic lights or whatever. Tell the citizens, give us what good it did to the country. It is advantageous, it is lawlessness and crime against the citizen. Mr. Said, thank you. Keep up the great work. God bless.
Thank you, my friend. So now Trinidad, closing up with Hines. He said, while he was unable to speak on the cabinet position, law are always under review. Hines added that the Attorney General is always looking for laws because laws were made for the use of a man, and it must develop originality to meet social trends. Listen, listen to this nonsense.
While I am a member of the cabinet, I am not the cabinet. The cabinet meets as it's necessary, and the cabinet deliberates, and on the principle of collective responsibility, we come up with positions by which we are all guided and as a mandate for implementation and so on. So I am unable to say what cabinet would do. More generally, laws are always under review. The Attorney General is the advisor, the legal advisor to the cabinet. And I can tell you the Attorney General is forever looking at laws. As we speak now, committees are meeting different aspects of the law, constantly reviewing the law. So in that general sense, the answer is yes. Because laws are here for as Lord Denning once said, laws were made for man, for the use of man, not man to be used by the law. And laws must develop organically as well to meet societal trends.
All I now realize when it had the flood and this man went up on the constituency, all I realize why they kick water on him. All I now realize why they kick water on him. But nevertheless, you look for that. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember we at Real Talk, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit with your interest payment up front. Now that you have to have money at hand to buy CDAP medicine, now that the electricity is going up, now that the water rate is going up, now that cost of living is going up, now that your clothes is going up, now that you have to pay property tax, the groceries went up, traveling went up, you need extra cash. And you have your money in the bank doing nothing actually. It's doing nothing. So why not invest with Real Talk? Watch your money grow while you get upfront interest. While you get upfront interest. We are located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road in Chaguanas. You can contact me at 339-1670 for more of the investment information. Those of you who want to join the credit union, also contact me and I'll give you all the info you need. You can also visit our social media page on Facebook, Real Talk Credit Union. You could also get all the requirements to open an account on our Facebook page, Real Talk Credit Union. Viewers, very soon we're going to have Real Talk Credit Union in the South area. So the South people, you don't have to worry. We coming to meet earlier. Now, I've always said, since I started credit union 3 years back, I always said to you that I am going to change the way the financial sector works in banking. I'm going to change it. So Trinidad and Tobago, remember, listen to this video and after we go talk. Listen to how Fitzgerald Hines is telling tales to us, the citizens of our country. And then only go understand why and it hit him so hard. Listen to this video.
So we have found in the last few months copious amounts of 7.62, a type of ammunition that the police and the defense force and many countries of the world under the umbrella of the United Nations have banned because of their inherent damaging character. Not even our soldiers use them.
To clarify the false, misleading comments by Fitzgerald Hines, almost 99% of the 762 rounds that come into the country, it is to give to the Defense Force and the police service.
A few moments later.
The action was completed at a public institution, the hospital, using military-grade ammunition, 5.56 and 7.62 ammunition, which not even the Defense Force uses today, other than for drill and weapon practice.
Under the umbrella of the United Nations have banned because of their inherent damaging character.
So let's see that Trinidad and Tobago. Now all I realize why I just come here and deal with them like that. Now you realize in 2023 they don't use it. Gary corrected him in 2023. And in 2024 now they say, you know what? They don't use it, you know. But they just only use it like for training purpose. It's 2 days. Either we using it or we're not using it. 2023 we are using it. 2023 Gary corrected him. And in 2024 we using it. We don't use it. But we only practicing with it. What the hell is it? How you call that man that you just see on TV? Or let's see why I just come at him. Or let's see why I just come at him. Oh, Saieed, you're bashing. Don't see head. Don't see head. The man now say it was banned. Gary corrected him. In 2024, we don't use it except for practice. So it's 2 things here now, Trinidad and Tobago. Is either the military using it or we're not using it. You can't say we're not using it and we're practicing with it. It makes no sense. No sense. It's like again I seen a claim from a man, you know, hey, I don't use claim, you know. But I'm going in the grocery now to buy 2 big things now to go home and make tea with it. Does it make sense, Trinidad and Tobago? Does it? Listen to this. Meanwhile, Hughes was brought to tears yesterday after he recalled the love and appreciation he received while in the country. However, he maintained he has not done anything wrong by publishing his videos, interviews with local gang members. Keep in mind, Trinidad and Tobago, keep in mind that the police service know the gang members. Ministers of Parliament know the gang members. Minister of National Security knows the gang members. If Gary Griffiths knew the gang member in Trinidad and Tobago, well, it's obvious Earl of Christopher Haywood will know the gang members also. So Christmas did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. Because gang members themselves portray with their team and somebody from their team videoing them and throwing it up. Let me tell you something, Fitzgerald Hines can't go there. Fitzgerald Hines cannot go there. They don't want him. So my question to the whole National Security Ministry now, and to TTPS officers, why charge Christmas for videotaping gang members locally in Trinidad and Tobago, and all your TTPS cannot find them? It's a sad damn thing in this country. So technically, the whole of TTPS presently, they are embarrassed. Totally embarrassed. Chris Moss goes on to say, Hughes spoke as he sought to collect new equipment to continue his vlogging because he will have to remain here to face charges of seditious publication. So when the gang members throw it up on Facebook, how do they call that? And how do they call that? Judges in Trinidad and Tobago, how do they call that? Lawyers, how do they call that? Police officers, how do they call that? Commissioner of Police. How do we call it? Just imagine a man left quite Canada, come to Trinidad and Tobago, could interact with the gang leaders in Trinidad and Tobago, but the blasted head of TTPS, together with the Minister of National Security, together with Special Branch in Trinidad and Tobago, don't know where the gang members is. And a man from quite Canada come along in Trinidad and know where it is. It's sad, It's sad. Hines, big embarrassment. Earl Hayward Christopher, big embarrassment. TTPS, that you see that Special Branch is a big stinking embarrassment. Hear me and hear me well. Hear me and hear me well, Trinidad and Tobago. When FBI starts investigating TTPS and Hines and Earl, why did you all lock up Christopher? When people from your country videotaping themselves as gang members and throwing it out. When the Canadian Mountain Branch start to investigate and start to follow Chris, I hope all you can take it. Oh, just for TTPS. Just for TTPS. Let me tell you something. If FBI agents come down here and pick up member of TTPS and carry them in Canada for investigation, all you know Hines can't do nothing? All you know Hines cannot help all you? I want all you to understand that. Because all you lock up Chris for videotaping, no problem. He's a Canadian, not a problem. He from Canada, Canadian police come down, they bring the warrant, we have a warrant for X, Y, and Z, wanted for questioning. You think you're doing it in Trinidad? You ain't doing it in Trinidad, you're going to Canada. And however they treat you in Canada, Hines cannot help you. I want to let you understand that FBI have jurisdiction all around the world. I have friends in FBI. Right here in Trinidad in the immigration. So when them clowns and them, they want to come on set and play they're giving all the false information, I here to correct. I here to correct. When you hear the Canadian mounted officers get their warrant and come down to Trinidad and Tobago, we come for X, Y, and Z, he's wanted for questioning back in Canada. You think Hines can help all you? Hines cannot help all you. That's for the officers and them who pick up Christmas lists. Hines can't help all you. They have nobody in Trinidad and Tobago could help all you. All you're not arrested, you know. Don't get me wrong. There's a difference, Trinidad and Tobago. You're not arrested. You see the officers, according to Christmas list, you see the officers tell them, hey, we're going to come in the office and we just want to question you. You know, lock up the lock up. Eh? If a Canadian officer pull that stunt on you, what are you doing? Your family can help you, to start with. Minister of National Security can't help you. Commissioner of Police can't help you. Judges, lawyers cannot help you. Foreign Affairs Minister cannot help you. You know why, officers? You want to know why? Because you're wanted for questioning in Canada. I feel Hines going to help all that. Hines had a bat for himself down here because they might pick he up and carry he too. You see, remember when Dulcie Rodriguez come to Trinidad and Tobago when they had the COVID and the Prime Minister said he don't know who come on the plane? Well, just so they could come from, just so they could leave there, come here, pick up all that, and go across it with all you. Sadly, you don't know that. I was a police officer in Trinidad. I know about Trinidad law. But you know about the Canadian law, though. Ask Saieed go tell you. So, viewers, we're out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, we live tomorrow night, right here, 7 to 8 p.m. on Synergy. Until we meet again, good night.